Hey guys, and welcome to ED News for the 15th of April and the week prior. So it's a bit of a short episode this week. There wasn't that much that was particularly newsworthy, but I've got a few news articles that I'll talk about. So let's get right into it. Let's start off with Dota 2 news as usual. So as we get to the pointy end of the DPC season, Pro Circuit, the second last minor of the season, the Starlighter Invitational in Kiev, has taken place over the past couple of days. Now a quick refresher, minors are smaller tournaments that give you a fewer amount of Dota Pro Circuit points, but they're good often for sometimes weaker teams to get some big tournament experience. So the Starlighter Invitational itself is a great chance for 8, I'd say tier 2 teams in the scene, who are outside of the top 8 in the DPC at the moment. The top 8 is where you receive the international invites. So it's a great opportunity for them to score some much needed points and try and break their way into that top 8. So it's been going on over the past couple of days, and the semi-finals and the final of the tournament are on tonight. Vegas Squadron, a CIS team, and VGJ Thunder, a Chinese team, will face it out in one semi-final, while Optic Gaming, a North American team, and Fnatic, a Southeast Asian team, will face it out in the other semi-final. So there's actually pretty good regional representation in these semi-finals, which is cool to see. So I'll leave a link in the description down below to the Twitch stream for tonight's games if you're interested in watching them, as well as one to the current Pro Circuit standings, which will be updated after tonight's games. In League of Legends this week, a bunch of the regional spring splits have now wrapped up, with teams from across the world securing their spot at the League of Legends Mid-Season Invitational, which we talked about in the last news episode. 3 of the strongest regions have finished up, with Fnatic taking out the EU LCS playoffs, that stands for League Championship Series, Team Liquid taking out the NA LCS playoffs, and Kingzone Dragon X taking out the Korean playoffs. All 3 of these teams will make their way directly to the main event of the tournament, alongside the winners of the Chinese playoffs, bypassing the play-in rounds that others will have to endure before they can reach the final tournament itself. Now onto Overwatch news. Stage 3 of the Overwatch League season is well and truly underway, with Boston Uprising and LA Valiant currently sitting undefeated in the stage, having won all 4 of their matches. New York Excelsior are close behind with 3 wins and 1 loss, but normally they'd be right up at the top of the stage standings, so this is a bit interesting that Boston and Los Angeles are currently propping up the top 2 spots. Also of significant note is the fact that London Spitfire has only won 1 of their 4 matches so far, which is quite a fall from grace from a team which was in the top few teams in the previous 2 stages. Now they've won 1 and lost 3, that's just not really good enough for a team of their caliber, you'd think. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back in the next 2 weeks of the stage, and I'll keep you updated in future news videos. Hearthstone news, the new expansion is out. I've been playing a lot of it, but the Witchwood expansion went live early on Friday morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time, and the weekend has been filled with the pros testing out decks to see what's most powerful. It does mean a bit of a barren period for esports, however, as tournament organisers often tend to give the players a bit of time to practice with the new decks and find out what is the most powerful in their opinion so they can get them ready for tournaments. Currently, the standout decks seem to be pretty similar to the old pre-Witchwood meta. Aggro Paladin, Tempo Rogue, and Cube Warlock all seem to be dominating the meta. It's only a few days into the expansion, however, so it'll definitely be a little while before the meta settles down a little, and the true strongest decks are fully realised and fully refined. I'll keep you updated on that as well as the weeks go on. And lastly for this week, I told you it was a pretty short episode because not much is going on. But in one of the few pieces of CS news this week, Hellraisers did take out the Bets.net Masters last weekend. They defeated Danish Team North and secured themselves $50,000 in prize money. Anyway, that'll do us for ED News this week. I'm sorry there really wasn't a lot more. There was a few various roster changes across teams in different games, but I didn't feel like I could go into too much detail on them, so I left them out. But let me know if you want that kind of thing in future weeks for sure. Coming up soon, I'll be releasing my Declassifying MOBAs episode. If you want to know why that episode's been a bit delayed, I made a video, which I'll link at the end of this video, that kind of describes what's going on with that series and how I'm changing it up a bit from the first couple of episodes. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll catch you next Sunday.